everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, the premier source for Second Amendment news. If you want to stay in the know, then subscribe to the channel down below. It's free, doesn't cost you anything, and you'll help me get to my goal of 750,000 subscribers by my birthday, which is July 25th. Thank you for your consideration. We got good news, and we got bad news today. I want to tell you about a victory because people fought, got involved, and would not take no for an answer. Also going to tell you some bad news, but that good news, let's start there. Let's start with the good news because I think it's going to help people understand how they need to fight, okay? I want to thank the sponsor of the video first, and that's the Sonoran Desert Institute. With more than 350 million firearms in the U.S., time's never been better to learn how to be a gunsmith. SDI offers online firearms technology with hands-on labs and materials shipped right to your door. Course topics range from armorers classes to shooting sports management, ballistics, gunsmithing, and much more. Get your education and turn your passion for firearms into a successful career. Visit sdi.edu/GNG to get started today. Links are down below. Thanks to SDI for being a member of the Guns and Gadgets community for a long period of time, and I appreciate y'all. I said we'll start with the good news because this would not have happened if so many people didn't get involved and didn't fight back. And we're going to go to Colorado. I got notification last night by a ton of people that as of this morning, the assault weapon ban in Colorado is dead. Now that bill made it through the House, and those members in the House, those Democrats, are treating this as a victory. However, the Rep. Julie Gonzalez has asked the Senate committee where the vote was supposed to happen today, she's asked them to kill the bill. She's doing it to save face because A, it wasn't really a guaranteed slam dunk that it was going to get through that committee today. I wrote down the committee because it's a weird name. The Senate State Military and Veteran Affairs Committee. Now, in that committee, the Democrats have the advantage 3-2. However, one of those Democrats, while he's a big proponent of gun control, wasn't really feeling the ban side of it and how that would look going to election time. You don't want to ban things, he said. Banning won't work out well for us. His name was Tom Sullivan. So as of this morning, the bill is dead. A victory in Colorado. I'm going to say, first off, wouldn't have happened without those who were involved. And that starts with all of the residents who got involved, made phone calls, went and testified on bills, bugged their senators and their representatives, and kept fighting. Some individuals who went up and fought, my friend Brandon Herrera went up, Ava Flanell testified on a bunch of stuff. Groups like Rocky Mountain Gun Owners and National Association for Gun Rights, I always saw them involved at the State House, and my hat, if I had one, is off to them. You guys and gals did a phenomenal job. But I need to tell you that this Rep. Julie Gonzalez lady has already said she's bringing the bill back. It will be back because they got it through the House. Now they just need to worry about that Senate. And another issue they were facing was Governor Polis he was kind of skeptical on banning assault weapons. Made up term by the New York Times years ago. So it's a victory. So live it up, enjoy it. You did great. Pat yourselves on the back and go out and shoot your ARs today. But no, you need to stay as focused because it's coming back and you're going to have to fight harder. So good news out of Colorado. Good job, y'all. And now the bad news. We're going to New York, where an Obama-appointed judge has tossed the challenge to New York's ammunition background check lawsuit. It was a federal lawsuit, and wait till you hear what the judge said. I can't believe the ruling, because the judge is saying that it's okay to violate people's rights, a certain sect of people, to get the ends to the means. Didn't worry about the text, history, and tradition. In fact, all he did was he said, hey, there's one law from colonial Virginia that the government brought up, and I think that that's good enough. However, that law from colonial Virginia would not be allowed to fly today because it is extremely unconstitutional. See, back in the days in colonial Virginia, they had a law that barred Catholics from being armed because they said Catholics were too dangerous. This is the judge here on the screen. His name is Judge Frank P. Garassi Jr. And while he agreed that ammunition should be considered arms that are protected by the Second Amendment, he also said this: the government offers several historical examples of laws that were enacted to disarm dangerous individuals, but the court will discuss only one of the many analogs offered. In colonial Virginia, the legislature dictated that no Catholics shall or may have or keep in his house or elsewhere, or in the possession of any other person to his use or at his disposition, any arms, weapons, gunpowder, or ammunition, because it was determined that it is dangerous at this time to permit Catholics to be armed. Shocking. Shocking. It reminds me of how many times, way more than one, way more than two, how many times the DOJ and ATF, in defending their rules that are getting shredded right now in federal court, how many times they bring up, in order to try to meet the text, history, and tradition of the Bruin Standard, they bring up all of the laws that were racist in nature, trying to keep certain people disarmed. Gun control is racist, folks. For you guys and gals who are new to the channel, or don't really know the history of where we got to where we are now, or if you're one of those people who are anti-gun that watch my channel, welcome, I hope you learned something. But all of the gun control is rooted in racism because they didn't want slaves to be armed. They feared that. So it's okay to say, we're going to use this discriminatory law from colonial Virginia, which said that just because of your faith made you dangerous, and therefore, today, people should have to jump through hoops to get ammunition. It's just mind-blowing. What if we said that certain groups in New York couldn't be armed because they could be dangerous? Maybe they're dangerous in other parts of the world throughout history, and we should just disarm them. Would that fly? No. So this one's ripe for an appeal. We'll see what happens. But as of right now, the bad news is the challenge to New York's background check for ammunition was tossed out of court, dismissed. I think we'll have something more on that. If you want to stay in the know, then subscribe to this channel. I'll bring you news every day about the Second Amendment, whether it's good, bad, ugly, or indifferent, no matter where it happens in this great land. And I thank you for being a part of this ever-growing freedom family. Like the video and share it so that more people see it. Subscribe to the channel to help us continue to get the word out. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care.